All right, good morning and welcome to the Stoners Association, Divine Stoners Association Daily Report. And the message of the day is doctor's orders. In places where you can have a medical cannabis card, why don't you seek that out, and maybe you may be able to find a supplement and an alternative to the medications that you may be currently taking, because cannabis is shown to be a very good alternative to other or supplement with other medications. So give it a shot. Doctor's orders in the states where you can, and even if you're in a state that is adult use, try the medical use, because there isn't just one way to consume cannabis. It's not just smoking, breaking it up, rolling it up, smoking it. Several ways, and those ways can transcend barriers that medically become beneficial to the individual. But that's another conversation, that's another story. So again, this is the Divine Stoners Association Daily Report, March 26, 2023, doctor's orders. Reading is very important to me because then it allows me to keep current and allows me to have a relevant opinion and hypothesis on many things. But one of the cool articles I just came across the other day is it is a fast stat, and it's from Cannabis Business Times, and it basically breaks down a timeline of cannabis consumption in the U.S. and how it correlates to the growth in acceptance. So started in 1970, and it charted all the way to 2021. So in that time, so in 1971, when the survey first started, it was 4%. It jumped to 11 in 73, and then 24 in 77, 33% in 85, 34%, a small jump in 2001. Then it starts to jump again in 2013, excuse me. And here we go, 2013, 2015, it jumped to 44, 2019, 45%, and then finally in 2021, it is peaked at 49%. So your doc's exposure, or what we call it, association, my legacy with cannabis started in 1977. I think I'm going to track that as like the first year that I consumed. And in 1985, the next year that they tracked, it went from 24 in 77 to 33 in 85. That significant date for me was I graduated high school. So at that point, it had jumped from, what was it, a 9-point jump. So, it was definitely relevant and prevalent in my life, because if you go back, I've said many times that my parents, had consumed when they were, younger, and they probably consumed before they had the copulation that created your doc. So I've said it many times, it's in my DNA. So again, this is the Divine Stoners Association report from March 26, 2023. I am Dr. Bong, and aka Jeffrey, and you can find me on my Instagram at brotherbong420. And just want to shout out the doc and everybody behind the scenes, because sometimes we have we have a team and people behind us that inspire us and motivate us, and the doc, you're one of those people who motivates me. So check out these videos, get with the doc, and maybe you can find some way to do your business. You don't necessarily have to be involved with the cannabis side. There's all kinds of things that the doc is involved with and can be very helpful with. So check them out. Divine Stoners Association is just one of the rungs and the spokes in the wheel that is Divine Ministry. So again, we've been talking about our upcoming events, things that are coming up. Shout out to Meet Me at the Courtyard and Jessica and her team there. Shout out to Sage Genetics and his team. We're coming together to but we will be a exclusive brand at her events. So track that at my Instagram. Track that at we'll be following up on that on a regular basis, because we want to build that up. Also, as we are in New York, we're going to have the expo coming up at the Javits Center 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of June. So we plan to be there, and the team's going to be deep. Shout out to the team, everybody who works, again, with the doc, who is on the other shows and does the other things with me and helps to create what we want to, how should I say this, what we want to project, what we want to interject in the world of cannabis. Because again, in the beginning, in 2016, I was the only person on my team who had ever really had any interaction, had any association with cannabis. So it was clear to me that I was going to have to become a pathfinder, and there wasn't a book, there wasn't a manual. It just kind of, we did what we had to do. Shout out to those people who are on other sides of New York and other side of the world doing what we did collectively, because it wasn't just me, but it was a lot of effort by a lot of people making sure that this New York program got off, the medical program. And as we deal with this entanglement that we have now with the lawsuits and such, we'll see. We'll see. But again, we do what we have to do when we have to do it, and how we have to do it. And sometimes we have to be pragmatic and make sure that we dot the I's and cross the T's. But getting back to the subject, Divine Stoners Association, that's what makes a private association so important in these turbulent times, because now we can maneuver on a different level than a person or an entity that is working to become licensed. Like, we can now talk to people about real products. We can actually talk to and deal with cultivars about their products and how their products work, and hopefully bringing them forward with us. Shout out to all the people who, because again, this history of what we've done, and I say this as a team, what we've done in New York since 2016 is important, and we can't let that go. We have to make sure that we remember that there are people who are benefiting from this plant as a medicine. And I can put my hand on the stack of Bibles and, attest and assert and affirm that people are being helped, because I've actually shaken their hands. I've actually been thanked by those people. My boy at work yesterday was saying there's still people who just request me to help them, because, and it's not even that kind of party anymore. Again, it's not medical in New York. It's shifting towards adult use. So that whole one-to-one interaction thing is, I'm sad to say, waning. But those relationships and not understanding that I and individuals like myself learned and were able to procure in this state, in the time that we had medically, we've done a lot. So shout out to those people. Like I said, shout out to all of the registered organizations, even though that's part of the reason why we have a lawsuit and everything going on now. But we do what we do with what we have, and that's all we can do. That's what cannabis people have done since I've been associated with cannabis people. So we do what we have to do. So again, this is the daily report. Got the events coming up. Shout out to Meet Me at the Courtyard. Shout out to Sage Genetics. Special shout out to Best Buds Magazine in DC, because he is going to be celebrating a birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to you. As always, shout out to Divine Ministries and the doc and everybody behind the scenes. Shout out to the team. Hopefully the doc is going to allow me to say people's names. But shout out to all of those people who work in all of the facets that we do have in the Divine Ministries family. We can help you with your credit. We can help you get a house. We can help you do many, many things. So check the doc out. Check us out. And we do what we do with what we have. So again, signing off. Daily Report, March 26, 2023. Peace.